de ce sujet alors.
And welcome to the 6:15 and in Boya as 3 students die in a car accident at the My 17 Hill. The lone survivor in the crash is battling in the emergency department of the hospital. And Bambili villagers besieged Northwest Regional Governor's office after a long march calling for a lasting solution to the boundary conflict with the people of Nkwen. The 2 villages have had long-standing land dispute. Meanwhile, once forgotten and pushed to the margins of history, the people of Libialem are today telling a story of survival and transformation as the community commemorates 60 years of the folklore movement. In Fontem, memories resurface of a time when strange diseases threatened their very existence. Top stories. You can link up on our respective platforms on Canal International. Where we begin with the celebrations as girls in Cameroon are stepping boldly into the world of innovation. In Douala Secondary School, girls have actually showcased practical skills and solutions in areas such as sustainable agriculture and renewable energy. Maureen D kept trail of these young students and now reports for the 6:15.
At first glance, this lush green space on Government High School Oyak campus could be mistaken for farmland. But here, instead of farmers, students had work, watering crops, tending the soil, and learning how tomatoes are cultivated.
Nous avons fait des poquets à des cartons de 30 cm.
Others focus on green spices.
Après le germois, nous avons mis les plantes au sol.
And here, plantains.
Ça nous permet de multiplier en un rejetant 10 à 100 rejets.
And even fish farming.
Il peut être élevé soit en captivité dans des bacs ou des cages flottantes.
From a distance, the farm bursts with cabbage, tomatoes, pepper, plantains, and more, all grown by school authorities. Is designed to draw children away from their classroom and into practical agriculture.
Be motivated.
An agricultural expert trains the students on modern farming techniques.
On se dit que si on veut répondre au programme d'impôt substitution du gouvernement camerounais mis en place depuis 2024, il est donc important de créer une pépinière.
The timetable has been adjusted so every student participates. The harvest exhibited here was showcased during a mini agricultural show launched by the regional delegates of secondary education.
Students are there just waiting for teachers to gather them, to train them, and to learn, to show what they can do.
The regional delegates encouraged other schools to follow suit, nurturing students who do not only learn in class, but also acquire valuable skills.
Thanks very much, Maureen. And we stay with the girls. Meanwhile, Schools Open Day actually marveled population that visited the schools as these young girls display their know-how on innovative science. Cynthia Lalti met them on campus and report.
A biogas digester with the potential to valorize organic waste by producing biogas is one of the projects on display. Our project helps prevent pollution and reduces the accumulation of waste in our environment. We depend a lot on fossil gases at home, which can be expensive. With this affordable device, we can produce our own biogas and organic manure. Nearby, other students are offering a sustainable response to food security challenge with an aquaponic greenhouse that combines fish farming and crop production. The country suffers from famine and agricultural lacks innovation. We designed this automatic system to reduce manual effort. Meters away, young girls from GBHS Durham are helping women overcome financial challenges through the production of commercialized soap.
Women who have difficulty to improve themselves on a financial plan.
Innovative Science Day 2025 has seen young schoolgirls across the littoral region showcasing projects that solve real-life problems and promote self-reliance at Government High School Mongo Joseph in Douala. To support them in the future, we have invited partners who can mentor these children and help exploit the best projects, making them profitable and beneficial to the population. The young girls study science subjects and have developed projects addressing water scarcity through the reuse of wastewater, producing natural gas, and other innovations.
Meanwhile, in a hard job or harsh job market marked by rising cost of living and limited opportunities, many young Cameroonian graduates are now rethinking their career path. This report is of 2 graduates who have actually switched to small-scale income-generating activities just for survival. Sherifa Saleh.
Like many young graduates in Cameroon, Nadine's journey reflects a growing reality. Limited job opportunities, low wages, and a rising cost of living are pushing educated youth to rely on self-employment and small income-generating activities to survive. I have different projects which I have drafted down, but when I propose, they only want to take advantage of me. One such story belongs to Steve, a familiar face at the wrong point they do in Douala. Behind a modest counter, the university graduate serves a popular meat sandwich to a steady stream of customers. Steve holds a degree in industrial maintenance but grew tired of waiting for a formal job opportunity that never came. According to the National Institute of Statistics, the unemployment rate among higher education graduates aged between 25 and 35 stands at 14.8%. Behind the numbers are thousands of personal stories shaped by resilience and reinvention. I wish the state assists me so I can open up something consistent and create jobs.
Nous comptons sur l'appui du président de la République qui a dit qu'il devait soutenir les jeunes.
For both Nadine and Steve, the transition from academic ambition to street-level entrepreneurship was not part of their original plans. Yet, the experiences mirror a broader shift among young Cameroonians who are redefining success in an increasingly challenging labor market.
Very much, Sheriff. 3 students died in a very serious car accident. One person is battling presently at the emergency department of a medical facility. Maureen D report on that very unfortunate.
The city of Buea is plunged into mourning. Early this morning, a severe crash between 2 vehicles at mile 17 Hill claimed the lives of 3 students, all under the age of 23. Eyewitnesses described the impact as devastating. Despite rescue efforts, only 1 young woman survived. She is currently receiving intensive care and fighting for her life.
They are very young boys, age 21, 23, and so there were about 4 of them in the car. 1 lady and 3 boys. So 2 of them died on spot. I think 3 of them, then they was sent the rest.
Many have blamed reckless driving and are calling for stronger measures to make this stretch of road safer. An official investigation has been launched to determine responsibility.
Unfortunate there. Thanks very much, Cynthia Lati. And a long-standing dispute, land dispute between the people of Nkwen and Bambili villages of the Northern Division of the Northwest region of the country has resurfaced with fresh protests. After blocking traffic on the main route, the people or the angry Bambili villagers marched and besieged the governor's office, that is the Northwest Regional Governor's office, demanding for a lasting solution to the boundary conflict. Details with our chief correspondent from the Northwest region, Annie Collins.
Thursday, February 5, it is the second day that the people of Bambili have put on hold their activities to stage a protest march to administrative authorities demanding that neighboring Nkwen village puts a stop to the sale of land and construction of houses at the disputed about 50-hectare land at Alege quarters. Besides agriculturally enticing, the disputed area is around the one earmarked for the industrial zone.
The former SDO, he came and put an injunction order there. The injunction order is still effective there. The Bambly people are respecting the injunction order, but the people are not respecting the injunction order. To our greatest surprise, there is a military camp there protecting on people, and they are constructing on the same land with the injunction order. On board 70 sister buses, hundreds of them made it from Bambly to the Mezam SDO's office at Upstation in Bamenda, where the senior administrator, who was about leaving for a meeting on the issue, addressed the protesters casually.
The second aspect is your memorandum that you have sent to me. I will study it and will solve the problem administratively. You can go back home. Thank you.
Not satisfied, the protesters crossed over to the governor's office, chanting songs to stand their ground.
We don't deny. We don't agree. Today, so we don't agree. We don't agree. We don't agree.
On behalf of the governor, the Secretary General Saiduna Ali, who rushed in from another ceremony, convened an emergency in-camera meeting with representatives, while Fon Afuntui III of Bambly and the divisional officer for Tuba, Masango Nassis, later played down the flaring tempers by announcing off the record that the injunction on the land has been reinforced. Canal reporter later made it to the Nkwenfon's palace, but the phone was not on hand to react to the allegations.
Well, thanks very much, Annie Collins. And natural ecosystems that sustain lives and livelihoods is on focus today as Cameroon joins the rest of the world to commemorate or observe the World Wetland Days. And the focus is to protect the fragile wetlands or wetland-based ecosystems. Ati Bonaventure reports from Yaoundé.
Wetlands are ecosystems such as rivers, swamps, and marshes that play a vital role in water purification, flood control, biodiversity conservation, and livelihoods. Their importance was highlighted as Cameroon joined the international community to commemorate the 2026 World Wetlands Day at the Eco Park in Yaoundé.
Welcome examples of best practices and culturally grounded approaches to wetlands management that integrate indigenous and local knowledge systems.
Commemorative activities this year are focused on traditional knowledge and the broad benefits of protecting wetlands.
We already have 7 Ramsar sites, and linking today with the team which is protecting sacred sites. In the Buri estuary, we have the Ngondo. That is a traditional court. They've already protecting like 6 hectares of mangrove forest. And then you have the Lake Awing, which is also a sacred site. It's a wetland. And when they say sacred, it means there's a lot of knowledge, traditional knowledge that is hidden in it.
The event featured fishing demonstration, sketches showcasing indigenous practices that promote sustainable use and conservation of wetlands. Participants have been sensitized on the need to preserve wetlands as key ecosystems for food security, climate resilience, and sustainable development.
Ati Bonaventure reporting there. Thanks, Bonaventure. And once forgotten and pushed to the margins of history, the people of Libialem are now telling their story, the story of survival and transformation. As the community commemorates 60 years of the folklore movement in Cameroon, particularly in Fontem, memories have resurfaced of a time a strange disease or strange diseases actually threatened the very existence of those people. Details in the following report.
Since the advent of modern state, Libialem stood on the margins of history, a people largely unseen, unheard, and forgotten. In those years of silence and neglect, the cries and hopes of the Bangwa people found refuge not in government halls but in the church. It was in this moment of deep vulnerability that the folklore movement arrived in Fontem, carrying not power of politics, but faith, compassion, and a radical message of love. Through the vision of Chiara Lubitsch, the story of a remote community was projected beyond its hills. From Europe to Latin America, from Asia to Australia, the Bangwa people became known not by their own seeking but through God's grace expressed in the Foglery movement. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, the BLM was on the brink of extinction. Strange and deadly diseases ravaged villages, claiming lives and threatening the survival of an entire people at a time when healthcare was almost non-existent.
There are concrete things that we can see and that impact on our lives, which have not been provided as part of the communal goods of the Cameroons, but by the Foglery movement.
Hope returned with action. The creation of the Mary Health of Africa Hospital in Fontem became a lifeline, saving lives and reversing a tragic destiny. Education soon followed. The Seat of Wisdom College emerged, nurturing young minds and anchoring long-term community development.
One of the blessings that we can count in our land is the fact that the spirit of the Foglery movement has penetrated the BLM person.
60 years on, BLM is no longer a forgotten people. As the community commemorates 60 decades of the Foglery movement and the Seed of Wisdom College Fontem, this is their story they are telling. Draws the curtain for this edition of the 615. I've been Kejang Henry Athembe, thanking you for being there with us. Lee Pijo is just right around the corners with the debrief, the actuality. Good day.